From the earliest days of film, editors have faced the challenge of telling a story through the assemblage of various clips. Because one shot leads to the next, and that into another, on and on it goes until the message is clear and the story is told. Hang on till the end of this video, because I'm going to explain how to maintain continuity throughout the editing process. Hi, I'm Jim Costa. I'm a full-time working photographer, video producer, video editor, and technology pro. If you like what you see in this video, stick around to the end because I've got a couple of photography, video, filmmaking, and editing freebies and even some training courses I'll tell you about that will definitely help improve your work and help grow your business through earned media exposure. Remember, I welcome all of your comments, questions, and more on all of my videos. It's an editor's attention to detail and their intentional choices for how to use each shot that creates continuity in the final edit of your videos and films. Therefore, the editor empowers the story within. Consequently, continuity builds the suspension of disbelief within the audience. Firstly, it's what ties together each sequence of shots, making the sequence appear to be a single moment. Editors are responsible for maintaining continuity throughout an edit. Thus, no single shot or any element within should be out of place or time within the context of the narrative that you're telling. In this way, a story takes precedence over the medium used to tell it. The best thing an editor can do to maintain continuity is to deliberately work to maintain it across their entire edit. Here are several ways that can happen. It actually starts with a script. Most importantly, a script is one of the best tools available to an editor. Through it, the editor has a vehicle to understand the original intent of the project that the writer had. It may sound obvious, but you should use the script to lay out your initial rough cut. Secondly, upon reviewing the rough cut, you can use the script to understand the overall scope of the project. Besides that, you can then make changes when needed to maintain the story's emotional impact. The script helps you to see the foundation of the narrative structure and make appropriate changes when needed. Consequently, any documentation from production, from the director or others, such as shooting logs and script notes, can give you insight into changes on set or issues encountered during production that deviate from the script. Next, pay attention to the details. Visual continuity throughout an edit is just as easily missed as it is maintained. Besides that, an editor looks at many details throughout the process of post-production. These details consume the editor's attention. Furthermore, they make it easy to miss simple visual continuity errors, especially when the error occurs across non-adjacent shots. One method that helps the editor look for these errors is to watch through the edit in multiple passes. Rather, with each pass focused on a different aspect of the scene's visual elements. Because if you're looking at one section of the screen or the other, each pass you're more likely to spot a problem than trying to take the whole thing in. Different screen elements to look for in each pass include screen direction, overall composition, the positioning of elements within the scene, use of objects, movement, and the lighting. You want to make sure you don't sweat the small stuff. Some continuity errors can't be corrected, and some are a result of the edit itself. Thus, if the footage and the edit strongly support the story by moving it forward, it's okay to break the rules a little bit and allow minor continuity errors to exist. Hollywood films repeatedly include continuity errors that are missed by the general viewing audience. These aren't usually obvious until someone specifically points them out, usually on some blog somewhere on the internet, which then makes the internet blow up and it becomes a meme for the rest of eternity. Next, work around the big errors. However, not every error can be dismissed and reshoots aren't usually possible. Some are so blatant that the audience will respond to them whether or not they consciously recognize them, and if they do recognize them, they might point it out in the movie theater itself. In this situation, It's your job to find a solution that either eliminates or works around the error as the editor. Removing an error can be as simple as choosing a different shot to replace the errant one. B-roll and reaction shots are always helpful in this situation. You can also cut around the continuity error if possible. A common continuity error occurs when the sun is used as a light source. If production on a single scene lasts over the length of an entire day, the change in the position of the sun will be noticeable. Thus, one way to make this change in lighting less obvious is to intercut the scene with a different scene. By segmenting the scene into smaller sequences of similar lighting, the change in lighting becomes less noticeable. Another time that continuity becomes a problem is when shooting the same scene on multiple days. When tiny details can easily get lost, don't get lost in the weeds. There are a lot of details you'll need to keep track of in the edit bay. Sometimes you can be so focused on a particular set of details that you miss minor continuity errors. There is an easy way to beat this, however. You can try first by bringing in help. A reviewer with a fresh set of eyes objectively identifies what's working and what's not in an edit. A thorough critique should be part of any creative process. Continuity is an essential part of narrative storytelling. Editors stand as the last guard to create a seamless and believable story. A disciplined and intentional editor who uses some simple tools and techniques can craft a comprehensive story from a variety of parts. Now, if this is making sense to you, but I've got it, in the comments section below. My question of the day is, have you ever encountered any continuity issues in your shoots? And if so, how did you fix them? Leave a comment below and let us know. If you found the information in this video useful, I'd love to hear about it from you. If you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, then follow my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films. If you think what you saw was great, please do like it. If you have an opinion, feel free to comment below. If you know someone who could benefit from the info that I provided, please share the video with them. You can connect with me and my company, Jim Costa Films, on social media and online, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and the web, by searching for Jim Costa Films. I'm also on LinkedIn. In fact, I currently have over 4,400 videos on my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films, so feel free to check out many of my other videos for great tips and suggestions. Thanks for sticking around this far. I mentioned at the beginning about a few freebies and some training. As a professional video producer and photographer, I've created an absolutely free cheat sheet for you on all the best settings to shoot with your DSLR mirrorless or video camera that will show you the settings that will allow your photos, and particularly your videos that you shoot with those cameras, to shine and stand out from the competition. The link to get the cheat sheet is just below in the video description. Best of all, my cheat sheet specializes in shooting video with any type of camera. In it, you'll find all of the info that you need on important video techniques, such as white balance, color temperature, frame rates, and more. I've also created an editing training for Adobe Premiere Pro. My Quick Start training is designed to get you up and editing videos in under 2 hours, and includes over 100 tips, tricks, and keyboard shortcuts for video editors. My training is also geared to anyone who edits, so it doesn't matter if you use a Mac or a PC, the tips and shortcuts I include will work on both. And now, I'm also affiliated with Christina Nicholson, a fellow media veteran like myself who helps businesses and entrepreneurs reach tons of their ideal customers or clients through the power of media without spending big bucks on advertising. I've worked with Christina and used her advice and training successfully, so I know from first-hand experience that it works great. The program Christina and I are now offering is called the Media Mentoring Program, and it will help you take advantage of mainstream media so you can stand out from the competition, because it's not something that everyone has access to. Best of all, unlike paid ads and sponsorships, you can gain lots of exposure and credibility to become the go-to brand everyone talks about and wants to do business with without spending a fortune on advertising. I'll link to those cheat sheets and training courses in the description below as well. There's videos on both courses that will give you an overview of how they can help you, as well as links to get more information online. Finally, If you follow me for a while now, you may know that I have a private community of photographers, videographers, and filmmakers, just like you, on Facebook, where I share other pro tips and tricks. It's called Video Producers and Content Creators. It's a private group specifically for people in the photo, video, and filmmaking professions, and not a public page like my business page. I love new members who want to share their work, learn from others, and also help others based on their own skills and experience. You'll find a link to the group in the description below, so feel free to join the group where you can learn even more.